Let's do this. Beneficial information. Right there. Check that out. Look into that. And yeah, let's do this. New game. So we get to play the prologue, Premonition. Sweet. This is a game about rage and how it helps us to do things that need to be done as well as things that we later regret. Sometimes both. How do you feel about that? I'm going to say I prefer to think before I act. Probably this one. Your rage is balanced. So you're the critical and analytical type. That's okay. There's no right path here. Just your decisions and their consequences. Need to be fair. Let's just follow the path and see where it takes us. Yes. Spiritual. The woods are full of stars. They flicker. Come closer, run away. They want me to chase them, to play hide and seek. The woods are full of stars. I observe. Also spiritual. I watch as they dance around the tree trunks, float upon the gusts of wind that shiver through the branches, disappear among leaves. There are words in their dance, but I don't understand them. Not yet. Then they bunch up and fly towards me like an arrow. Rushing down, they're soon upon me. But just before the spear of light pierces my breast, they disappear, and the dark of the night returns. Balanced. In the darkness, I feel the tangled roots of stories keeping the forest alive, and I hear the spirits asking me to judge the enemy. I open my eyes, and then I wake up. Cold and alone, confused, I open my eyes. The forest around me is thick, dark, and reeks of decay, to such an extent that it's hard to breathe. Why am I here? My head is spinning. I just woke up. The tree trunks, wrapped tightly in dark-leaved ivy, are covered in ripples of lichen where the vines haven't taken hold. The thorny, leafless brushes at their base are overrun with nettles. The fungi radiate with a ghoulish, sickly green light. Dark, sponge-like mushrooms cling to the fallen trees. I'm cold. I know it's summer, but I feel cold. Where are my clothes? I look down and see my hands covered in a dark substance. I'm naked. A sticky, glistening film of liquid is clinging to my skin. I can feel it on my face, in my hair. Blood. I'm alert. Nature is never quiet. The leaves rustle in the wind. Small creatures scuttle in the undergrowth. There is a whisper. I don't understand what it means, but the word resonates in my head. Gera. Gerau. Who said that? There's a severed head right in front of me. A severed head? I wince and touch it. Overcoming my disgust, I gently touch its wet hair and watch as the head topples over. Some choices are hard to make, and they strain your willpower. The face is contorted, the eyes bulging, the mouth open as though the head were still struggling for air. I balk because I recognize who it is, and then eyes open in the darkness. Who is it? I can see their silhouettes, shades of jet black against the darkness. They smell of fur and moss and bloodied earth. Massive creatures, some with horns, some with antlers. Their eyes burn like small, fiery windows into hell. I look at them, and something wakes inside me. I don't know why I said something. Something. Sadness. They tell me stories of their lost battles and dying hopes, and I sink with sorrow. I sit and listen and cry with them. Then I swear to punish those who have wronged them. In a moment of clarity, I almost understand what the forest wants from me. And then I wake up. Nice. Chapter 1, The Arrival. So now we're in Chapter 1. My, wake up. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. I jerked upright, irritated. My neck was stiff, and the movement sent a sudden, sharp wave of discomfort through my body. I wasn't in the forest anymore. I was sat on a bus. The sun streaming through the windows was making it hard to see. The girl next to me was touching my shoulder, disturbed. I'm gonna have to say... What happened? Overcoming the urge to push her away was hard. Overcoming your rage strains your willpower. Nice. Sympathetic. I blinked. The memory of the dream was still there, and the wet stench of decay. I feel like these matter. Gosh, that's a bus. I love the sound. I looked outside. I must have bitten my lip. I thought as I ran my tongue over my teeth. The forest outside the window was watching me. The girl next to me shook her head. Thank God. We're almost there. Her name was Anya. We'd met a couple of weeks earlier on the orientation day. She was from Norway. A tall, broad-shouldered, calm person who wore her long hair in braids. Somehow, I'd managed to talk her into this crazy field trip across the land of my ancestors. She seemed excited. Oh, gosh. Which one? Probably this. Anya is sympathetic. Anya reached into her backpack and took out 2 apples. I'm really happy we decided to come here, she said. Yeah, I said, offering her some of my cabanasi, dried, meaty sausages that were so much better than the original Polish ones back in the U.S. I was glad Anya had decided to come with me. I had problems keeping friends around and really needed one. I did some searching, she said from over her phone. And this place is amazing. The last primordial forest in Europe. This trip was my idea. Our summer language course was starting in a few weeks, and I'd managed to talk Anya into skipping the tours of concentration camps and old churches and visiting Willpower National Park with me instead. So far it's beautiful, she said, her eyes smiling. But why are we here again? That's a good question. Why were we there? There being Willpower, a small forest village in northeast Poland, near the border with Belarus. I don't know why I put forest in that sentence. It was famous for its national park, the very last European bison. And according to a quick web search, occasional tensions between far-right troublemakers and the local Belarusian community. The most honest answer would have been, because I've been dreaming about the forest in Willpower since I can remember. But people didn't understand when I said things like that. I looked her in the eyes. How about this one? I'm looking for my roots. I kept it simple so I wouldn't freak her out. I knew my family was from there. None of my relatives spoke about it, though. There were a lot of things that weren't spoken about in my life. Strange dreams that plagued me. Half-forgotten tales about forests and wolves that I'd heard before my mom took me, ran away, and cut off all contact with my dad and his family. I waited for her to respond. Anya fell silent for a moment. I think it's great that you come from such a magical place, she smiled. The last ancient forests in Europe. Oh yes. Thousands of years old. I wasn't sure if I was fond of that magic, but it was hard to ignore. She joined me. And that was precisely why I needed to do something. Anything about that damn forest and my weird-ass family. I had to face the forest, man. My dreams, my grandfather's stories, the fact my family was from there. There were just too many coincidences. The forest wanted something from me, and it was time to find out what. I never was one to sit idly by as things happened to me. Okay. Your willpower drops to 0 when you lose all your health or will you become impaired. This will make physical tasks if you have 0 or social and mental tasks if you have 0 hard and sometimes impossible. Balauza looked like an overexposed photo of a village with the contrast turned all the way up. The sun wasn't just shining, it was shouting at the earth, and everything, the trees, the grass, the wooden houses, the fences, seemed weathered. Everything except the shadows that were sharp as though they were freshly printed with the darkest of inks. And they moved. For a second I could have sworn they moved. But then I realized it was just a black cat walking down the sidewalk. When it saw me, it stopped in its tracks. This one. The whole scene felt weird. Huh? Turned to Anya. Have you ever seen a cat act like this before? What? I don't know. She shrugged, looked around. Didn't you say your friend would be waiting for us? But he wasn't there, and the cat was still staring at me. Let's go. Anya put on her backpack. I'm tired and I really need to find a toilet. I didn't know what to do. I was too tired and distracted to think clearly. My friend was nowhere in sight. I stormed off. I grabbed my backpack and started walking. I hate when people are late. I muttered under my breath. I was walking fast, and it took a while for Anya to catch up with me. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the game here, go to the main menu, and leave you wanting more of this demo. It's as simple as that. I'll throw that information back up on the screen right there from the beginning of the video. You're going to want to look into that. Check out this demo as well as this game. Play through the demo, the entirety. And then determine, hey, I might want to play the full game. Who knows? It's pretty cheap right there if you ask me. Look into how long most people get out of this game and determine if it's for you. And if you like what you see, consider liking and subscribing for more content just like this, where we play both new games you may not know about, as well as deals you may not know about, and genres and subgenres that you might just not know about. Or maybe you know about them and you just never got into them. This was Heart of the Forest. Werewolf the Apocalypse. The demo.